Star is going to be like, so time is moving forward?
Seems so.
Yeah, remember how we all thought that they would be frozen, time would freeze and would go back and everything would be fine just like it was, but that's not the case.
That's right, you all said they froze, so why is it moving now? What changed?
We were there. I mean, I may be pretty new to the reading thing, but I know how stories progress. If we were taken out before the story continued, for example, then when we went back in, it was now written into the story that we left.
Everything in a major way.
There's definitely a sense of urgency, but I also think we still need to be careful. I don't think rushing in anywhere is going to be good for anyone. Any kind of glances at Tori. Like, rushing in can be bad. And we still have to help Lonic and go back to everyone's world eventually.
We do seem to have a lot of loose ends. All of us seem to have some loose ends.
What if there was a way to skip my world?
You don't want to go back?
Lonic's, he's doing some thinking about his world, that's all. He's also thinking about helping everybody else. How can he help everybody else? So I think that's a big part of what's playing on Lonic's mind, right, Lonic?
I don't really care what happens to me. I might seem young to you guys, but if you were to measure all the time that I've lived over all my lives, back to back, I'm probably the oldest one here. I've been trapped in an infinite cycle. And I don't really want to go back to that trap. But I know that it's important for Tori to get an extra life.
Well, maybe at least we can look and see if there's a way to postpone until you're ready. Do we still have the old bookmarks? We all put them in their books, right?
Well, maybe you could use the books to activate the portal.
Maybe. But if we have the bookmarks, maybe they'll still work. But either way, if you're not ready to go back yet. Because from what we've seen, at least, it's kind of hard to continue forward until we finish the one that's been handed to us, if that makes sense.
So if time is passing, would our books show like that our stories are moving on without us? Has anyone checked their own books?
I'm going to go and grab my book.
I run, grab book.
You'll get to your books, and yeah, you realize that for every moment that's passing, the books are updating with everything that's been going on while you were gone. Obviously, Black Powder is the most recent one, so not much really has been written, really. But for the rest of you all, Suze definitely is the one who's been gone the longest of all of you. And so she's reading her... Veed is reading his book, and he says, uh-oh. This is bad, but I think it'll be fine. It'll be fine. He says pretty much the entire food pyramid has now been attacking the city over the last several weeks.
Oh, wow.
1 monster a week.
Oh no, so is everyone like on a diet?
I don't know.
Well, this definitely bears some thinking.
Can I look and see what's in my book, Bart?
You can. Honestly, there isn't really much written since you last came back because there's nothing like eventful that's happened. So it'll only write things that are of particular interest to the reader, because books jump through time all the time. Mm-hmm. So for right now, your book doesn't really have much because there's nothing significant that's been happening in the last couple of months. Carmen is doing great. Everybody's doing great. As for Frankie's, again, it's just people are preparing to try to see if they can locate the source of the brain jamming system, but no leads yet. So nothing major has developed other than that. Sam's world. Currently, Sam's escaped from jail, and the police are looking for him right now. They've been. You basically have read that they were trying to ask. The police went and investigated Susan Simmons and interrogated her, and she has no clue where Sam's been this whole time. So that's a mess you'll deal with later. Star, again, nothing significant has happened, really, since last time. So nothing of too much note. So that's probably a time skip there. Yeah. Lonix cartridge, if you were to put Lonix cartridge in, it would be paused.
Alright, so it seems like it starts going again as soon as we return to a world. Sue's being the outlier, I think, because we all went there and brought her with us instead of her just coming here. So, I think if you're not ready to go back, I think it's safe to put yours on hold until you are ready. But the choice is going to be kind of up to you.
I don't think it is. Lonic is going to approach Tori and hold out his bookmark. This is more important to you than it is to me. I want you to choose when we go.
Are you sure, Lonic?
Whether you grabbed it or not, he just released.
Yeah, I grabbed it. Sorry.
I've been around for a while, and if my fate is to be trapped in that loop, then I guess that's just my fate. And like Sam said, I could go back and you all could change me. And that might be how you help me, is by helping me cut my strings.
Get you out of the time loop.
Find some way to maybe make Gambani stop kidnapping Tangerine, but that kind of ruins the point of my game. I guess there's still mini games that could happen in the game that could entertain people. It's up to you, Tori. We go whenever you're ready to go.
The extra life thing is just, for me though, we need to be able to help each other. And she kind of looks to the rest of the group like unsure of what choice to make at this point.
I think right now any choice bears careful consideration.
They've been waiting for a few months in some cases. What's one more day?
2 more days. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm hungry. I say we take a day, take the night, get some rest, talk about it over a good meal, and not rush too fast.
I need to agree with Sam, especially some of us, like Star and I, we have some new issues to get used to before we delve into anything.
Food's good. Desserts!
Desserts. Frankie, you're reading my mind.
Cool. Question. Why are you all writing what everybody's saying?
Oh, I'm deaf.
Deaf?
Some stuff went down in my world. Got an eye back, lost my hearing.
At that point, Veed starts signing in ASL. How? He actually signs in ASL. How? But you don't know what ASL is.
I don't know that, I'm afraid.
Oh. Well, that makes things harder, but...
At least I can read now, so they can all write to me, which helps.
You can read now?
Tori's been teaching me.
About that, Lonic can write to you, but he writes in broken English if he writes in English.
Yeah.
If you come
Yeah,
to
we've
my
been doing
world,
reading lessons.
That's perfect. He says, there's all these cookbooks I was hoping that you could help me with. He says, talking to Black Powder.
you know there are people in my world that can read minds.
Can you do that?
No, I don't have that power. But
I
I
mean-
know people that can do that.
That's interesting. For sure. It literally makes me a wee bit
Sometimes
nervous
it
about the
feels
way I
like
was
it.
back then.
Maybe if you have time, I can teach you sign language as well.
I mean, if everyone's alright with it, it may be worth it for everyone to learn. Because I need to be able to read it from everyone.
Veed, if you talk sign language, does that mean you have to talk with your hands?
Yeah, that's how you normally sign, yes. Is with your hands.
Oh, that's like a military sign, like like advanced stop, like military. We teach a little bit of that.
Same idea.
Well, that's going to be a little harder for me. I can't move my left hand, and I don't feel anything in the right.
Oh no.
What in the world happened in your world?
We all swapped bodies and got cursed.
Frostbite.
It was rough.
I got a lot of curses, but
A lot of bad stuff happened.
Fought a giant cat.
Black Powder's deaf. Stars lost his sparkle. Tori's more depressed. Frankie seems okay. He's also fully clothed, so he seems okay. Sam, how about you? How did you get messed up in there?
Oh, I didn't.
What?
Sam scot-free.
I mean, even if straight up though, if Sam did get messed up, I don't think he'd let us know.
Of course, according to his book, he probably has a lot of messed up stuff to deal with when he gets home, but that'll be later. How about you, Lonick? Are you... Well, Lonick's having a crisis, it seems, too.
when we got to Black Powder's when we got to Black Powder's world, I thought you were dead.
Me? You thought I was dead?
You were below us, and we appeared on Black Powder's ship. Well, it wasn't his ship yet. And I thought you were stranded in the middle of the ocean. And I wasn't myself after that.
Really? I mean, obviously, I'm fine now. I ended up going with you all, so I was okay, but wow, you were really that worried about me?
Star will nudge Lonick in the back like, go on, tell him. I was worried, and I feel like I let you down. I feel like I let everyone down.
Really? Why? Why do you think you let everybody down? It was my choice to stay behind in the first place. So if anything bad were to happen to me, that would have been on me.
I should have stayed behind. My body was used against us to hurt us. Black Powder's crew is going to try to kill him when he goes back because of me.
I don't understand.
All of our heads swapped, but it didn't just swap with each other. A traitor and Black Powder's crew's head was on my body, he had my speed. If I had stayed behind, I wouldn't have lost control of myself, and nobody would have gotten my speed.
Well, if that was true, they could have easily have gotten Frankie's crazy strength. They could have gotten Star's magic. They could have gotten Tori's, ghostly abilities. I can't imagine Tori's abilities being in the wrong hands. I mean, that would be nuts.
Trust me, it's quite devastating.
It happened.
Aye.
And Star be
Not
like,
the wrong
Exhibit A.
hands, just very upset hands. Lana, what happened there was not your fault. None of it was. You were a victim of circumstance just like everyone else, for the most part. You handled yourself well.
I couldn't get it out of my mind that Sus was dead.
Oh, I've forgotten all about that, he says.
I just kind of giggles to himself.
You can tell he's struggling to say something. I hope that I've illustrated that well.
Yeah.
I'm on timed life. Any moment we could go back to my world, and then everything that I want to say, I might not be able to say it.
Maybe going to your world is the key that will help us all.
Nanak, I didn't want to go back to my world either. For bizarrely similar reasons. You saw it yourself, I had to fall back into an old mask I wore for most of me life. And if things could change for an old sea dog like me, even though you've lived lots of lives, I've lived one extended one. If things can change for me, things can definitely change for you because of these people here. If I never met them, things would have turned out way worse for a lot of people in my world. So maybe those strings you're worried about are already being frayed. Because I had to go back to the way I was because of social circumstances. But my mindset and my choices were still my own.
I know it doesn't seem like it's very hopeful, but I can tell you that I know that you're new, but everyone here that helped me in my world made it a better place because they were there. And if they had not been there, things would not have worked out. Maybe if we all go to your world, we can make it different. Maybe that's how we can help you.
Frankie, did you mean what you said to me whenever my head was on your body?
What was that?
You said that you didn't want me to die while I was in your body, that the only reason you didn't want me dead was because my head was on your shoulders.
Well, I fear that if you did die, that we would both die. I fear that for everyone. Fear that for Black Powder, me having Black Powder's body.
What about now?
What do you mean? I still fear about everyone dying, sure, yes.
What about me?
What about you exactly? I mean, I fear for everyone here dying. I mean, but you said that you've died many times. That's what's strange. And I don't know if you, outside your game, if you die, it would be the last time.
I'll tell you something, Frankie. I kind of hope it is.
Hi.
If I could die like this, with a real personality, with hopes and dreams, that'd be okay.
Trust me, and maybe Tori can speak about this better than anyone. Dying is not a fun thing. For good, like dying being your last time. Don't rush it.
I'm not. I've done everything in my world that I could do. I've been everywhere. Yeah, I've been everywhere. And I've done things that I wasn't in control of myself, that were horrible. I've hurt people that I cared about for no reason, because someone just wanted to see what would happen.
Trust me, I know exactly how that feels. I've put these people in danger by that same thing, and I know it does not feel good.
Imagine doing it 1,000,000 times.
I don't want.
Or 1,000,000,000.
You know, and Frankie turns to the, if anybody needs desserts right now, it's Lonik. Lonik, what's your favorite dessert?
Yes, what is your favorite dessert?
I don't really know. I've only ever been given one dessert over and over again.
Now you can choose.
What have you gotten over and over again?
Tangerine chocolate cake.
Wait, so
more
we
times
don't-
than I can count. I've
It's
had
okay.
more tangerine chocolate cake than most of you have taken breaths.
Have you ever had pie? I'm more of a pie person than a cake person, personally.
I was hit by a pie a few million times, but I didn't really get to eat it.
Okay, my friend, I am going to be very happy to make you your very first pie.
I'll help,
He'll help. A lot.
as I usually do.
Frankie goes to Star and tries to console Star about the hands. Star, I'm sure that things maybe can get better once you go back to your world. Maybe you'll get your magic back or something.
Frankie, I haven't lost my magic and his hands will glow. It's just, I can't move my hand. And then he'll grab Frankie's arm. I can't even feel this.
Well, if we go to Lonik's world and then we can get Tori life, maybe we can get you a super healing or something.
Maybe.
Video games have all kinds of crazy stuff.
They do. But right now, and then this whole thing about the time moving forward. I don't even know if nothing seems to be eventfully happening in my world, but I just want to know that Stormy's okay. Just to hear his voice. I mean, you said you talked to Henry with the googly eyes.
Maybe we can put googly eyes on something you possess.
And Star will be clutching his book and wrap it to his chest and saying, yeah, maybe. You know what, everybody? I don't feel much like eating right now. I need to lay down for a little while. And Star will just exit stage left.
Okay. And then Frankie was
We'll
just
take
like,
note of that and remember to visit your dreams later.
Veed is actually going to go up to Lonic, and Veed's going to purposely make it known to Lonic that he's approaching him because he's going to try to put a hand on his shoulder. So if you want to turn something off, you can. If you can't, he's going to do it anyway.
Lonic will. At this point, it's instinctive. He has it on. He has it off more than he has it on.
Okay. So Veed puts a hand on your shoulder, and he just says, "If it makes you feel better, Lonic, if you do decide to go back to your world, I definitely am 100% on board to coming with this time."
I'm just... And Lonic doesn't quite make eye contact with Veed, but he looks in his general direction. I'm just glad you're okay.
Well, he says, from the sounds of it, I seem to be the most okay out of all of you for not going, so I'm more concerned about you, friend, he says.
In Black Powder's world, you and Sam are the only reason I didn't go totally dark.
Well, he says, we all have our moments. Like, take me back in issue 37. I think I sort of had a dark spell for a little bit. That was kind of weird, but I got out of it eventually. I'm sure you'll snap out of this at some point too. Normally it happens at a very pivotal plot moment.
That's funny. In my world, we call those cutscenes. And sometimes they're the best thing to happen to you, and other times you have to watch as someone you hate impales someone you love with a sword, and you can't do anything about it, even though you have healing spells and resurrection spells.
Yeah, that would be frustrating. Well, like we said, maybe if all of us go together, we can help prevent some of that.
I want to try a pie.
We'll make you the best darn pie anyone could have ever tasted.
Lonic, Lonic is having a very hard time talking with Veed for reasons that you all are aware of.
Yeah, and he's not aware of. They're not aware of.
Like it should be.
I mean, Veed's gonna eventually let go of your shoulder and will go. If you don't say anything, he will go to the kitchen with black powder to try to prepare something.
So anyone else who is here would see Lonic instinctively, immediately put his own hand on that shoulder.
Sam will just say, "Oh, Tori, I still got your senshi ball. I'm going to put it in your room just until we get ready to go somewhere. Just so you have it in your room."
Okay. Thank you, Sam.
And then when I go to put it in a room, if I still have the black pearl necklace from Black Powder's room, I'll leave that in there with the senshi ball.
Frankie goes over to help with the desserts.
So Black Powder and Veed and Frankie, I guess, are in the kitchen. Again, closed captioning will be happening, so...
I'll help.
So Frankie, did you manage to get everybody's dessert choices?
I think so. Oh no, I didn't get Sam. And he yells over at Sam, "Sam!
Apple pie!"
Apple pie.
Why am I not surprised? I was thinking either that or black and white cookies.
Oh no, I was actually thinking something with coffee or booze in it for him.
Ooh,
Coffee.
like a tiramisu.
I think I've heard of that.
Let's make all kinds of good stuff.
Apple pie. We can do that. What kind? Maybe. I think apple pie is probably the perfect pie to start Lonic on. Everybody likes a good apple pie.
I agree. That's a good one.
Sure.
Doesn't matter.
I'll show you the recipe that I found in a cookbook, and I'm sure you can help us out from there, Black Powder.
Alright, I've just not, ironically, haven't had much experience with sweet things, so.
While you all are cooking, Veed's just gonna kind of mention, so, don't you all think that was kind of weird? The things that Lonik says? I mean, Lonik says a lot of really strange things, but...
I mean...
The fact that he
honestly,
wants to die for, like, the last time, that's worrisome.
I get it.
I don't. He seems like, when we first met him, he seems like such a full of energy, full of life, really funny kind of person.
Yeah, I don't think he likes me very much.
I think Lonik
Still
still...
like you.
Well, he just always gives me, like, really mean looks and stuff, and I'm like, just like, oh, whatever, I don't care.
I think Lonik maybe is still trying to figure out exactly who he is.
No, I know, I've been there.
You've had a bit more time for it, so
Still kind of there.
Lonik's still in the newest phase of learning. I think he'll be okay. I think he needs to realize his own worth and understand that while things are not perfect, he's got support. And hell, I've basically been exiled from my own world, so if Lonik doesn't want to go back after we help him with whatever his problem is, who says he has to?
Yeah, Black Panther, I'm really, really sorry about how all that happened. I really wasn't trying to, like, blow your cover, nothing, so I feel horrible about that. Why don't we make an extra sweet apple pie for Black Powder?
I'll be fine with whatever's made, lad. Like I said, I don't have much experience with sweet things, so it's all probably going to be insanely sweet to me.
Yeah, I just feel terrible, Black Powder. Like, you really trusted me and everything, and I wanted to honor that trust, and I just totally messed it up.
Here's the thing, Frankie. You didn't betray my trust. The person I was already suspicious of did suspicious behavior. There's a difference.
Yeah, but it was so unexpected. I wasn't thinking.
I mean, you tried your best. That's all anyone can ask of anyone nowadays.
And then that way the whole team could be on the plan and be on the whole, like, in the know.
You said Sam was planning against me. What exactly was he planning? I got to know.
Well, it's a little complicated. It's like he had plan A. It's like if everything goes well and we just talk to you and, like, don't kill anybody, don't kill the little boy. And then plan B was like, knock you out.
That sounds like Sam. Hi.
And then there was maybe a plan C where it's like really knock you out or something. I don't know. It was like, I don't know.
There's only so far you can go between knocking somebody out and killing them. So
well,
I can't imagine there's much in between of those two plans.
Well, it was complicated because you were like, you had Star's body. So it was like, how do you knock out a fairy?
I mean,
with magic.
No, it's it's a darn good thing you weren't there, Veed. Things got rough.
Mm-hmm.
I can imagine. Definitely. But hey, you all managed to at least come back alive. That's one thing. Oh, I just remembered. What kind of pie are we gonna make for Tori?
Yeah, I asked Tori because, Tori can't eat. But we could make like a pie in Tori's honor.
Yeah, but she's not gonna be able to enjoy it.
You know what? I might leave her a note. If she, because she can visit dreams, maybe I can cook for her in a dream. Maybe then she can eat.
Ooh, that's good thinking.
I mean, she can apparently touch people in their dreams, so...
So I need to ask you all your honest opinion. I wanted to see if I could ask a favor of Star, but he doesn't seem to be himself right now. Do you think it'd be too much to if I were to ask him at the moment?
I think maybe give it the night.
Yeah, I think out of all of us, had the worst time coming out of Black Powder's world.
Yeah. Because I was stuck with his body, he took a lot of the brunt of some unfortunate attacks. It's kind of recovering from that.
Wait, what do you want to ask? What do you want to do?
To be honest, he says, this is the longest, since I've been stuck here this whole time, this has been the longest stretch ever that I've been V'd. Don't get me wrong, I identified with V'd as much as Sue, but Sue's sort of is my OG personality, and I kind of miss her, to be quite honest.
You want to have an allergy attack.
Right. It's a bit of a stretch, but I thought maybe Star might have something in his possession that has even a strand of dog hair, maybe.
I got a question for you. Is it every time you sneeze, or is it specifically with the animals?
It's specifically with the animals.
Because I can make it sneeze, but...
No, that doesn't work. It's not how the curse works, unfortunately.
Bloody curses. You know what? Maybe you should have come to my world, because there was a hot spring that cured curses.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah. Just thought of that. Well, if we ever go back, then we end up on that bloody island again.
I mean, I might just have to go back with you all next time, now that hopefully doesn't mean we have to do the shady things, or excuse me, the sus things anymore.
Well,
while we're there.
Not the sus things, but people are gonna come after me head. So, still lots of danger, lots of violence.
Ooh, I see.
But
Well,
who knows if he'll even show up on the island. He may show up on a boat again.
yeah, if time passes too long. But at least we know how to go back to it.
True. Alright. Well, I guess I will look and wait. I will wait and talk to Star in the morning then. That sounds like the better plan.
Well, if you do decide to stay as Sue forever, I will say it'll be kind of a shame because you're a really cute guy, dude.
Thanks.
Just saying. Not that I'm like interested. I really went
Frankie,
through all of that.
I
But
am
just saying.
so proud of you.
Why?
Because when I first went into your world, you were a stuttering wreck about even just saying I was cute. So I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me so much anymore.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, he says. I mean, I guess the curse comes with a few perks. But
I say enjoy it.
I mean, but depends on who you feel is really you.
yeah, I mean, I've had this for quite some time, so it's hard to... I don't know. I think that would be a big dilemma for me if I did go back to your world and decided to get rid of the curse, because I don't know, I feel like I would miss, well, me, Veed.
You know, use it to your advantage. Maybe you can collect like hairs and dandruff from the animal that you want to go flip back and forth, and then just like smell it or throw it on your face, and you sneeze, and then you cover it and you change, and you just go back and forth whenever
Maybe
you
we
want.
just need to get you two pets.
That would get too crazy. But like if you
They'd
control...
probably switch in every 2 seconds, huh?
Yeah, you need to control the transformation. So you just bottle it up or something. I don't know. Just an idea.
Yeah, I mean, that could work. Because some mornings I just wake up and I just feel like, you know, I just feel like being a guy for the day.
And
or
then-
sometimes I just feel like being a girl.
Yeah. Man, I feel like a woman.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Lonic kind of has been going through the same thing. He says he keeps changing all the time. Maybe I should talk to him about that at some point.
Might be a good idea. Changes definitely seem to be hitting a lot hard.
Well, I'll make it a point to talk to him before we go to wherever it is we end up going to next.
Which is going to be a very fun discussion.
You think so?
That was sarcasm. No, since starting cooking, Black Powder's demeanor has changed again, and he's actually not looking up or anything. He seems a lot older and more tired.
What you do notice, though, is that Veed seems to actually be picking up on a lot of things that you taught him the last time you were helping him cook. So he actually seems to be making some better decisions on cooking. So go ahead and roll your cooking roll, Black Powder. And if Frankie wants to assist, you can assist.
Oh, I'm good.
Yeah, you're fine. Nice. Okay.
Lonic would like to speak to Tori because he gave her the bookmark, but because it was a big group conversation, he really didn't have any time to speak with her on an individual level. So he's going to... Whereabouts is Tori?
She probably went back up to her room after that group combo.
Lonic is going to go to what he assumes is Tori's room.
It's pretty obvious it's her room. It's like flat things everywhere.
He doesn't barge in. For the first time since you've known him, he actually knocks on the door.
Who is it?
Just me.
Oh, yeah, Lana, you can come in.
Click. Click. I wanted to apologize for how I was in Black Powder's world.
I guess I couldn't blame you for just trying to help Black Powder. It's just morally I couldn't go along with it.
That's the thing, though. I wasn't behaving the way I was because I wanted to help Black Powder. I was... What's the word for it? There's a word in English. I'm sorry, it is my second language. I'm pretty good at it, but every so often I find a word that's really tricky.
Mm-hmm.
It's whenever something kind of disconnects inside your head, and whenever you think you can't associate. I just kind of anti-associated everything, and I wasn't really thinking at all.
Disassociate?
Thank you. I just kind of disassociated at the very start, and I was just going through the motions. I was waiting for player input.
Well,
and since there was no player input, I just followed whatever orders were given to me.
But who ordered you? Like, who was controlling you to do that? You, right?
I guess I was just following Black Powder's will.
Right, but your choice is your own choice, Lonic. When we're in other worlds, that's not Black Powder telling you to do that. It's not Frankie telling you. It's certainly not me telling you to do that. You have your own autonomy and choices you make.
Funny you mentioned Frankie.
What about Frankie?
Before we even went to Black Powder's world, I thought that something like that might happen. And so I went to him and I asked if he would look out for me and make sure I didn't lose myself. And the next time he spoke to me, it was to tell me that he didn't want me to die while I was in his body.
Okay. So you and Frankie don't seem to be on the same page right now? Is that what I'm getting?
I don't think he understands what he did, but I was in a really fragile state, and I had asked for him to help, and he didn't. If I'd have asked you to help, I should have asked you to help.
Well, out of everyone in the group, I felt like I started to trust you the most. But then when that happened, when that person got killed and nobody stepped up, it made me question the trust I had with you, Lonic. That's why I was so upset. Not just with you, but with Frankie and Star too. I already knew what Black Powder had planned on doing, but nothing really helps you prepare for it when it's right in front of your eyes.
Tori, I like you. I trust you. Even Frankie, I like him and I trust him, even though I feel like he let me down a bit in Black Powder's world. There's only one person here that I don't trust.
Who's that? Why do you say that?
Because I've made all of the bad decisions before. I know how much of a monster I can be. And at my worst, people who have been playing me have made Black Powder look like a saint.
I don't think you're a bad guy, Lonic. Not even close. I mean, do you remember in Sam's world when you caught the commissioner? We couldn't have done that if it wasn't for you.
I'm surprised anybody remembered that.
Of course we would. That was pivotal to Sam's whole case. You need to give yourself credit and know what you bring to the table, because I don't know if the rest of the group realizes yet, but you're kind of that missing piece to making this group feel whole.
I've never been a missing piece before. Where I come from,
Go ahead.
I'm the only one who really does anything. And it's exhausting.
Well, I was on my own a lot in my world too. And I had my sister, but a lot of times the choices I made were bad ones. So as someone that has made bad choices in this group before, I completely understand.
Wait, you have a sister? Is she okay? This is the first Lon who's heard anything of Carmen.
Yeah, my sister Carmen, she was missing when we went into my world, and we managed to save her. Kinda. I died in the process. And it's funny that you mentioned bad guy, because I had to make a really difficult choice, and Lonic, I'm a bit of a hypocrite when it comes to getting so angry with everyone in Black Powder's world, because I literally had to burn an illusion of my family. And even though it was an illusion and it wasn't real, I made the choice to burn my family. And it haunts me. It haunts me to this day. And you're not a bad guy. I don't even think Black Powder's a bad guy, but I'm definitely a bad guy.
Tori, I understand. I haven't burned my family, but thousands of times I've been forced to do other things while I knew someone was in danger. I've been forced to hurt people just because I could. I know what it's like to be given a task that you don't want to do, something that you have to do, a decision you have to make. But I've never been the one allowed to make the decision. I don't think you're a bad guy. I think you're hurt.
Well, thanks, Lonic. Just know that you have this choice, and I can't make this choice for you. And I will grab the bookmark and hand it back to him. If you want to break this loop, if you want to start taking responsibility for your actions, let's work on that. Let's help you help yourself.
Okay. And tonight, I think I'll try to dream.
You'll try to dream? I know I need to visit Star in his dreams. I think you could use a friend right now.
I was about to... I think I'd be a bit much for Star. I think you should go see him soon.
Yeah, I will. Thank you for coming to talk to me, Lana. This helped me in a lot more ways than you could know.
It helped me too.
Oh, good. That's why we're all here, is to help each other. So, if there's some unresolved feelings with Frankie, then go talk to him. Because he actually is a pretty big teddy bear when you dig in there a little bit.
Well,
I know you guys will get there.
Wannet kind of pats his biceps. Well, I know he's big.
Yeah, he's huge.
Well, here goes everything.
Good luck, Lonnet.
Frankie?
Yeah. What's going on?
Could we talk?
Sure. What's up?
Alonic is going to kind of lead Frankie back to the entertainment center.
Oh, okay. Well, let me just help Black Powder and be just, here you go. And then he passes over whatever he was working on, and then wipes his hand on a little towel. Yeah. What's going on?
Whenever I first got here, when I first appeared, I thought you were the one who understood me the most.
How so?
You were the one, you had simulations, you had the technology in your world. You knew what a video game was. I guess Tori probably also knows that, but most of the others didn't seem to. But when it came to the actual practice, did you have any siblings, Frankie? Well, sometimes whenever you get a big brother and a little brother together, the parents tend to favor the older brother because they've been there longer, or maybe they're bigger and stronger and more capable and don't cause as much trouble. And I kind of feel like I'm the little brother.
Don't follow.
Do you remember in Sam's world anything at all?
But what exactly? Yeah, I remember stuff.
I know that I was still really new to the group in Sam's world, but every time I made a suggestion, someone would cut me off, say my idea was a bad idea, and then suggest something that you could do instead. It felt like no one really wanted me there. Star and Tori did eventually, and Sam is confusing. But
sorry, so
it felt like
what?
It felt like people didn't want me there and they just wanted you.
What?
Then when we got to Black Powder's world, before we went to Black Powder's world, I kind of took everybody's advice. You're a big teddy bear, you're the protector, and I asked you to look out for me. And
I did. I mean, we were looking out for each other. We were all looking out for each other. I'm
not
so
the way
confused.
I knew before.
I am so confused by what exactly you're asking.
Whenever I remember, I haven't been told much about Tori's world. I've been told more than I expected, one thing I was told was apparently you and Star completely changed your personalities.
A lot of us changed in Tori's world. A lot of us. Tori, most of all, changed in Tori's world.
Well, that's appropriate, but
No, like she died. So I'm still processing that. But no, we all changed. Everybody changed as soon as we came in. We were all so different.
I change like that for every world.
I noticed that.
And when I got into Black Powder's world, can you keep secret, Frankie?
I could try.
I would consider it a show of trust if you could keep this secret, at least for now.
So just as a warning, if it's a really big secret, Sam's gonna find out.
Oh, I'm sure Sam probably already knows.
Just fair warning. But yeah, I'll keep it.
The moment I got here, Sue at the time, after I spoke to her that first time, ever since, whenever I'm around one of them, my chest feels tight and I can't speak. And when we got to Black Powder's world, I thought they were dead. I thought they were underneath the ship in the water, dead, drowned, gone forever. A horrible death.
That would be bad, but luckily that's not the case.
The only thing that anybody was able to tell me at the time was Black Powder saying, and he tried, and I appreciate it. Black Powder saying that life is tough. And that was the moment that, what was the word Tori used? I disassociated. I wasn't in control of my actions, and I just needed one person to talk to me. One person to come to me to check and see if I was okay.
I mean, it sounds like you're very self-aware as it is, though.
Self-aware, but not smart.
Yeah, well, me neither.
But
That's what Victor's for.
I thought that you would have come to talk to me when I got that way. That you would have noticed something was wrong, but I think that was my mistake. You aren't as aware as I am, or Sam.
Oh,
or
I'm
even
clueless most of the time. That's like, trust me, like most of the stuff that could be right in front of my face, I'm like, it just goes right over my head.
Well, I guess I don't have to worry about you revealing my secret crush then.
Oh, maybe everybody already knows. I don't know. like I said, if it's that big, Sam already knows. For sure, Sam knows. I'm pretty sure Black Powder has figured it out. He's smart too.
Black Powder's smart. He knows. I told Star.
So everybody knows?
I don't know if Tori knows yet. I don't know how Tori would react.
I'm sure it'll be something along the lines of, meh.
I thought that Tori was kind of angry at Sous Vide.
Oh, Tori, she can get angry at just about anyone. Don't take it personal. She was mad at me. I once told her, like, I'll take it, I'll protect her. She's like, back off, bitch. And I was like, okay. And now she's dead. So, to each their own. Live and learn, or live and die and learn.
Well,
let everybody do their thing.
Ever since we began our journey, ever since we went into Sam's world, I felt like I've never made a decision before, Frankie. Not once in any of my lifetimes have I ever been allowed to make a decision.
I get it. It's because you're in your video game, so you always have someone controlling the actions in the video game, and where you jump, and you squat, and you poop.
If they say jump, I have to say, how hard did you press A?
Right. Ooh, what if someone spams the button and it's just like...
Then my legs get tired, but I can't show it.
I get it. I can see that being frustrating.
Frankie?
Yeah?
I'm sorry that I expected something out of you that you couldn't provide.
Oh, that's okay. Apology accepted. Have some pie. The pie is really good. That'll make you feel better. Trust me.
Don't share that secret with anybody. By the way, even if everybody knows, I'd rather talk about it myself.
Okay. And just FYI, Adam, I think, and for everyone, both Lonic and Frankie both suffer from the same thing, which they're both very easy to read. So it's like, they're both like,
They're both easy to read, and neither one of them is terribly smart.
And they're both dumb and oblivious. Yeah, it's like, it's hilarious.
This is the opposite of politics right now.
Okay. Your secret is safe with me. As safe as it can be.
Well, I have a lot to think about.
And pie. Eat pie. And it's good. Well, Black Powder basically took charge, but Vita's getting really good. It's got extra sugar.
They just needed someone to believe in them. That's what I think.
Yeah, I know the feeling. You gotta trust yourself. And each other.
That's hard for me. How many video games have you played, Frankie?
Well, it's not like I spent a lot of time playing video games. I just had to go through a lot of simulation stuff, a lot of combat simulations, shooting simulations, hand-to-hand combat, piloting, driving. It's that kind of stuff. So it's not like fun and collect coins. I mean, I saw that. I know what that is. It's just I wasn't collecting. I was more collecting bodies.
I've been in those kinds of games too. You know the part of a combat simulation where you're given your orders.
Oh yeah, it's like mission objectives, blah 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 blah. Yes, I know.
That's the only part of my game where I'm aware.
Oh really? That's
Just
a very
the-
short part. It's very little short in the beginning.
It's like it would almost be better if those cutscenes didn't exist. Because
What?
if they didn't exist, I wouldn't know what it's like to be free for even a moment. But because of the way the games are designed, the story needs to be interesting because I failed. So when those moments happen, I always have to make a bad decision. It's not a choice that I'm given. I have to mess up. I can't jump in and save people from danger. I can't jump in and do what I'm supposed to do unless it's the right time in the story. I'm trapped.
I can see that. Yeah, I think it.
And Lonnick's gonna kind of pull out and look at the bookmark. I think we're gonna have to go back. I can't make another mistake.
Well, I mean, if you make a mistake, then at least we will be there to help through it. I mean, that's all we can hope for.
I think the mistake would be not going. But you're worried about your world, and that's one area where I don't think we're familiar at all.
Well, I worry about the people that are left behind. And
Your Victor and Henry and
Felix.
I was having a hard time with that last name.
Yeah, well, yeah, and it's all the other kids we helped, and so yeah, I mean, it's true. We have to change the world.
Well, I don't know how useful I'd be, but in Black Powder's world, my strengths were kind of used against us. Whenever we go to your world, I'd like to be a big help.
Well, I'm sure we'll figure it out. The biggest concern for me is if I go back, that I don't get used and manipulated to hurt the people around me, because that happened to me. I was like you. I was not in control, and I was hurting other people that I cared about. My powers were used against me and against others. So I know that.
So-
I know how that feels.
You do.
Yeah.
That's something I didn't expect to find.
Well, that's what's happening to a lot of people in my world. They're using their powers against them. They're taking control of their minds and their bodies, and they're manipulating them. It's not just me. It's everyone who has psionic abilities. They're kind of what's happened to you. It's happening to them.
That's horrible.
Exactly. But if we help you in your world, then you can help me and all the people in my world.
I want to do that. I want to help all of you. And not just by getting you thrown in jail or mutinied.
You'll get your chance, I'm sure.
I feel like I came in at a higher difficulty than you guys did.
I'm not exactly sure what you mean, but I'm gonna say, okay,